G'day guys, welcome to my RX Wilders feature video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about NRL Round 20 predictions for 2021 guys. Let's get started. So starting off with this first game of this match, we see the Roosters going up against the Eels. Now, in this game, obviously with two changes, obviously no Matt Igavalu, which that means Adam Kieran is going to come into number 4, and obviously Joseph Manu will go into that number 5 side. I just think since this game has determined that in this match, obviously for the Eels, no Murata Niukore, which that means Bryce Cartwright will come into that number 14 side, replacing Murata. I just think in this game, though, the Roosters have been a really good team, but not a lot of teams. I just think the Roosters will struggle in this game. And I know they are a really good team. They are a solid team. But still, though, with Josh Morris returning to that number 3 side for the Roosters, Josh Morris is a really good finisher, and that's the main player you have to watch, because Josh Morris is a really good player and he will score tries. But in this game, with Blake Ferguson still in that number 5 side, I reckon he'll do well, but not really that good. And I just have to say, still, in this match, I reckon it will be tight, but not a lot to win. And I reckon, though, my prediction is, I reckon Blake Ferguson will have anytime try scorer, and then I reckon Dylan Brown will get the first try scorer in that game. So anytime try scorer, Blake Ferguson for the Eels, Blake Ferguson for the anytime, and Dylan Brown for the first try scorer for 2 of them for the Parramatta Eels. But for the Roosters, anytime try scorer, I have to go to Josh Morris, and anytime I would have to say, I would have to think I reckon anytime. I reckon Satili Tupanua. I'm going to go with him. So, yeah, anytime try scorer, I'm going to have to say, Josh Morris, anytime, and first try scorer is Satili Tupanua, so I'm going with him. So, in this game, obviously in this match, I'm going to go with the Parramatta Eels in this one, and I'm going to go with them by 4 points in that match, and I reckon they will only just win by 4 points in that game. The next game of that match, we see the West Tigers going up against the Warriors. Now, in this match, I just have to say, this game is going to be real crucial, because all I know is, I just have to say that they are a really good team, the Warriors, but without, no Adam Fanua-Blake, no Chad Townsend, no Jack Murchie, no Lisa Narmel, the Warriors, they're just going to really lose. They're going to struggle. And obviously, with, I think, no Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, I would believe so. I'm not too sure about that. Obviously, with no Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. So, in this game, I would have to say, the Warriors, I reckon they will be a really good team. But I just have to say, in this game, the West Tigers, they are a really good team, but I reckon it's going to be a pinpointing game. And I just have to say, for the West Tigers, with no Thomas McKaylee, no Alex Seyfarth, heaps of players, obviously no, there's going to be heaps of changes for the West Tigers. So I would have to say, in this match, it's going to be real tight, real hard, but I'm going to go with the West Tigers in this one, and I just reckon they will win. And, yeah, nothing really much to say, but I'm going to have to go with the West Tigers by 8 points in that match. And, yeah, I reckon they will win by a couple of points, because the Warriors, they aren't really good of a team at the moment, so I just reckon they won't do well, they will struggle, and they won't improve. So I reckon, yeah, with the West Tigers by 8 points, they will win against the Warriors. The next game of that match, we see the Broncos going up against the Cowboys. Now, in this game, due to the win, I do apologise. But in this match, though, what I do think about this game, I do apologise. It is a bit windy and blowing a gale, so if it is like this sound right now, I do apologise. But anyway, continuing. What did I say again? This game, the Broncos, they have 2 changes with no Corey Pakes and no Thomas Flegler, but no changes for the Cowboys. Still the same number of players. This game, I believe, it's like a derby, so usually the Broncos win a really good game of football, and I just have to say, like, since the Broncos are on $1.77 and the Cowboys were on $2.05, this was on Sportsbet anyway, so yeah, I just think this game will be a very tight one. I think the Broncos will have a chance here because they have been going good, and I'm not being surprised that if the Broncos win in this game, I reckon they will, but it's gonna determine if this game's gonna be really chance worthy, because I just don't think that this game's going to be a real good match, but I reckon it will be, because in this game, I reckon that if this match is going to turn into a really tight game, I reckon this game is going to go into a field goal point. So I'm going to go with the Broncos by 1 point. I reckon that Jermaine Osako will kick a field goal to make it that 1 point lead in this game. 21-20. That scoreline I predict in this game to win by 1 point, and I reckon they will beat the Cowboys by 1 point in that game. The next game of that match, we see the Dragons going up against the Rabbitohs. Now, in this game, the Dragons are on $9, and I think the Rabbitohs are on $5 on Sportsbet. But in this game, there's heaps of changes. No Matt Duffy, but he is dropped to the reserves bench, which that means Tyrell Sloan is going to be on number 1, which that means number 3 will be Corey Norman, and number 6 will be Jaden Sullivan. This game, what a shocking surprise of how the way the players have been changed. Because the Dragons, though, as I mentioned about the other video, this game, I reckon the Rabbitohs will beat the Dragons, and I'll be surprised if the Dragons win by a couple of points in that game, which I do suspect they probably will, but it'll be least likely. I reckon the Rabbitohs will win by a couple of points, and due to the fact that there's only 1 change, which that means no Cameron Murray, which that means Jai Arrow will be on number 13 in that side. So I do suspect the Rabbitohs really win in this game, and I reckon they will. I reckon they'll come out firing in this game to really put some points on against the Dragons. But I hate to think, if the Dragons win, I won't be very happy, because obviously I'll go for the Rabbitohs. But yeah, I really do suspect that the Rabbitohs will obviously win by a huge margin in this game, and the Dragons, they will struggle in that match, and I'm going to go with the Rabbitohs by 24 points in that game, and I reckon the Rabbitohs will come out firing in this game to win against the Dragons by 24 points in that game. The next game of that match, we see the Knights going up against the Raiders. Now, as I mentioned about the Raiders, though, since they win against the Eels 12 points to 10, and for the Knights, since they lost 28 points to 8, I don't know about this game because in this match, the Raiders have been going good, but I don't suspect them to win by a huge margin in this game. And for two changes in that game, which that means no Jack Johns and no Dominic Young, which that means Nari Tuala will be on number 2 in this game. I'm not too sure about the other one, but all I know for the Raiders is no Ryan Sutton for the Raiders. So this game is going to be really tight, and I suspect that the Raiders, though, they will come out firing, but I don't know. I reckon they will, but the other 50% chance saying that they won't. And all I know is that in this game, I reckon that they will come out firing, but it's going to be real crucial in this game because obviously the Knights haven't been really good at the moment. So obviously with no Mitchell Pearce, still Jake Clifford going into that number 7 side of that team, things will go really downhill for the Knights if they don't pick up their game properly. But all I know is the Newcastle Knights, I reckon they will win, but it will only be by a short margin. So in this game, I'm going to go with the Raiders in this one, and I'm going to go with them by 12 points in that game. So I just really do hope that the Raiders win in this game because I reckon the Raiders will, but I don't think the Knights won't. The next game of that match, we see the Storm going up against the Panthers. Now, in this game, the Panthers, they've lost a couple of players due to injuries. I know for a fact that Isaiah Yeo is out, I would suspect due to a concussion. And I heard that Brian To'o is out for 6 weeks, I suspect, because he's undergo surgery. I did hear a little bit of rumour about that, so if you guys want to know, comment down below why that I'm telling you, because I heard it, a little bit of rumour saying that Brian To'o is out for a number of weeks due to a suspect injury. I'm not too sure what the detail is though, but I know it's an injury. But for the Storm, no Cooper Johns, no Nelson Solomona, and no Trent Lorio. I just have to say that this game, I reckon, like the Storm, as I mentioned, they are a really good team, and they are a solid team, which last time these two sides played, it was really hard for them to obviously pick, but last time these two sides play, the Melbourne Storm thrashed the Panthers. I think it was 64-0 or 58-0, I believe so. Comment down below what scoreline the Melbourne Storm thrashed the Panthers by, because I'm not particularly too sure. I can't remember a lot. But all I know is the Panthers, they're going to lose a couple of players, so which that means Jerome Luai will be on number 7, and obviously Mitch Kenny will still be playing on that number 9 side, which that means no Episai Coruscant. He'll be out for a number of games. So in this match, I'm going to go with the Melbourne Storm in this one. I'm just saying that only because the Panthers, without no Brian To'o, no Isaiah Yeo, things will go downhill for the Panthers, and I just reckon they won't have enough strategy of their team to boost themselves for a really good win. So I just reckon I'm going to go with the Storm by 8 points in that match to beat the Panthers in this game. The next game of that match, we see the Bulldogs going up against the Titans. Now, in this match, the Bulldogs, as I mentioned about earlier in my latest video before, they aren't really a good enough team at the moment, and I just have to say, due to the fact that, Lachlan Lewis still on number 19 for the reserves bench, extended bench, I just have to say that the Bulldogs won't win in this game. And I just have to say, a very simple lead. Titans, they will get a win in this match because the Titans are a really good team, and they have dropped a couple of players like Anthony Don and Jamal Fogarty. Still, Toby Sexton will be on number 7, and Greg Mazu will be on number 2. I just reckon the Titans, but they will do well in this game. And I reckon they will win by not a big margin. I do suspect the Titans really make an effort in this game, but I reckon the Bulldogs won't. They will struggle. They will really struggle, and they will struggle badly. And all I know that is because every single time I see this team play, I reckon they are a pretty terrible team. I just reckon they will. Well, I just reckon they are because how the way they play, and every single time they come back, they don't really get a win at all. And it's like, why is that a team if, like, that's confusing. So, in this game, I'm going to go with the Titans in this one, and I'm reckoning in this match, I'm going to go with the Titans by 10 points. Actually, no, sorry, I'm going to go with them by 12 points in that match to beat the Bulldogs in this game, and they will struggle so much to not beat the Titans, but I reckon the Titans will beat the Bulldogs in that match. And finally, the next game of that match, we see the Sharks going up against the Sea Eagles. Now, in this game, the Manly Sea Eagles, they are a really good team, but no Sean Kepi in this game, and no Josh Aloiai in that game, which that means Martin Tupou, number 10, and Homole Olakalatu will be on number 11. Number 12 is Josh Schuster. He is a really good player. I reckon he'll do well. He's the man to watch, and I just have to say, like, this game is going to be a really tough one because the Sharks, they're being really good at the moment, but obviously with no Mawini Harodi and no Sean Johnson, which that means still Sione Katoa, number 2, Jesse Ramian, number 4, what else? You got, like, Ronaldo Militalo, number 5, William Kennedy, number 1, which that means, obviously no Sean Johnson, but replacing him will be Braden Trindle into that number 7 side, and Matt Moylan has been put into that number 18 side for the reserves bench. I just have to say, though, that this game is going to be a real tough game, but I really do hope that the Manly Sea Eagles win, because this game is going to be a real tough one and real tight. And I reckon it won't be a high-scoring game. It will be a close game because these two sides are really quality sides, and obviously still Tom Trbojevic and Daly Cherry Evans and that side are playing in this game. I just think that the Manly Sea Eagles will win. So I'm going to go with them by 12 points in that game, and I reckon they'll beat the Sharks by 12 points in that match. Thanks guys for watching my video, guys. Stay tuned for more. We'll be doing a couple of videos coming to you guys soon. Also, I'll be doing more videos coming to you guys soon, so stay tuned for more. Plus, leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and for this video. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take care, guys. Stay safe. Have a good one. Plus, let's get up to 300 subscribers. We're sitting on 215 anyway, so let's get up to that. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.